Yo, what's going on, everybody? I almost just messed up our intro because my brain is foggy from the past weekend, but it is 9 p.m. Wednesday night, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish, with the Mike and Mish Show. What's going on, Mike?
Man, it feels so good to be back. Can you believe we're back after
No,
that
I
weekend? I'm
I
surprised
can't
I'm even
even
alive
believe
still.
I can't even believe that we're alive. You know what I mean? There's some weekends that almost take you out. You know what I'm saying? And this past weekend was one of those ones that was just too crazy to even fathom that we were a part of. It was absolutely insane. But we are back. We're going to talk about that during the show tonight. We got 3 guests on deck. We got the main event from BKFC 42 kicking off the show. Tony Loco Soto will be here in a minute. We're going to follow him up with another 145er who will be on that BKFC 42 card, taking on Trevor Loken, the man himself. Brandon Superman Allen will follow up Tony, and then we will round out the show with the knockout of the night winner from BKFC 41, 7 seconds, second fastest knockout in BKFC history. Dillon Winemiller will round out the show for us tonight. Let's shout out our sponsors real quick and then get to Tony. Here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
One Mike, man, I'll tell you right now, Mike actually messaged me earlier today, and we're talking to guys about BKFC 42 tonight, which is taking place in South Carolina. And Mike says, guys, I'm licensed in Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, Kentucky, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, and all of the New England areas. So if you live in any of those regions, including the state that we're about to go to, and you need to buy a house or refinance your house, hit up Mike. The guy's the man.
Do it.
Bare Knuckle Corn Snacks, hit up bareknucklecornsnacks.com. Go to their Instagram, follow them, buy some of their tasty popcorn treats. Maybe we'll even give some of them out today. And our last sponsor, once again, this dude just straight up cleaned house at BKFC 41. He was posting his bet tickets. BK Bet Shark. Go follow him on Instagram. Follow him on all his bet cards because BK Bet Shark took home $7K plus.
7 seconds.
7-second knockout for Dillon.
$7,000.
$7,000 in his bank account after that night. Unbelievable. And hey, before we bring Tony on, I want to tell everybody, I want you to share the shit out of this. Share it up to all your friends because in a few minutes, Tony's going to help us give away 2 tickets to BKFC 42 in Greenville, South Carolina, which he is main eventing, headlining, the big, beautiful poster. Here we go. Here's our boy, Tony Loco Soto.
What's up, gentlemen?
There he is.
There he is.
How you doing?
Tony, you're creeping up on most reoccurring guests we have on the show, which proves that you're one of our favorite people. What's happening, brother?
Man, just training for this upcoming fight. I'm really excited for, I've never put so much into something as I have into this fight. So I can't wait, man. I just can't wait. You're only a week away, man.
We've been seeing, you've been posting all the training videos and pictures and gym bathroom selfies. Fuck you. Anyways, dude, you look like you're in incredible shape. And I was going to say your speed, you look like you're throwing with incredible speed and power right now when you're popping the bag.
Yeah, for this time around, I've had a lot more time to train. I've tweaked some things, like I've said in every other podcast we have after all my fights, I'm my biggest critiquer. I'm my biggest, unfan. I watch how I can beat myself, what I do wrong, what I do right, how can I fix it. And I mean, that's what allows me to get better, get faster, get stronger. And I just don't stop, bro. I just keep going. That's it.
Bigger, stronger, faster.
Bigger, stronger, faster. Yeah, good documentary, by the way. If anybody wants to learn about steroids,
Oh,
go
God.
check it.
No, not me.
Not you.
Not you.
The bigger, stronger,
Oh.
faster thing. That's about
Me.
steroids. Oh,
Oh
my.
shit! All I eat is fruit and fucking meat. Fruit and meat. That's it.
All I eat is fruity pebbles, my friend.
Yeah, you look like a fucking fruity pebble.
Oh man, dude, you were supposed to fight. We saw you in Myrtle Beach, right? Was it Myrtle Beach? We saw you in Myrtle
Yeah,
Beach. Came out
Myrtle.
with the crown and the robe.
The king of the
Awesome.
Carolinas.
The king of the Carolinas. We saw you. You were supposed to fight. Was it Mar that you were supposed to fight down there?
Yeah, Josh Mara, little guy.
That fell through. You ended up fighting Wayna Reed or Wanya Reed.
Wanya Reed. He's a nice guy too, man.
He didn't get to fight this past weekend.
Yeah, he was actually. I actually reached out to him. I've seen he was in a car wreck, and
Yeah.
it was
Head on, right? Head on
yeah, it's
collision.
pretty bad. Him and his family. My prayers go out to them, and I reached out, said if he needed anything, any help with anything. Like at the end of the day, we can talk all this shit, we can fight, but it's a sport. We all gotta have each other's back, and it's a hurt sport. We're all in here. We're all in here together. We all bleed together. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that guy.
Yeah, that's too bad for him, man, because he stepped in to fight you on like a week's notice or something.
No,
like that.
it was I believe
10
13 days. 13.
Was it 13? All right. Well, either way, it was a short notice fight. So he stepped in. They threw him a bone, give him another fight on one of the biggest on the biggest card in bare knuckle history, and unfortunately for him, that fell through.
Yeah.
But dude, you were supposed to fight Mar. You ended up fighting Reed. You get the win. You looked impressive again. You had been posting things about people that you wanted to fight. One of them just happened to fight Saturday night against Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendez. That went out the window. But dude, Tyler Goodjohn pops on. How did the Tyler Goodjohn pop?
Okay. So originally I was supposed to fight Tom Schoaf. Everybody in the middle knows. This was supposed to be the fight that I wanted before I even stepped in there. I was supposed to fight Tom Schoaf. Something happened where that did not happen. So, with that being said, I personally wanted to fight Brian Durant. I see he's still not cleared. I walked up to him face to face, whoever was there, and he knows I did. Right after my fight, we went face to face. Go came while he was warming up. I said, no, this ain't gonna get like that, but I'm gonna let him know. And I told him how I feel. I also told his manager how I felt, and that still didn't go through. So there was a bunch of other names that we put out there. Tyler Goodjohn was a name that we put out maybe like 2 fights ago. I guess his fight did not happen at the Delray Beach. So apparently, the way I look at it, Florida guys get what the fuck they want. And even though he's from London, he's been in Florida. So I guess he made some phone calls and Nate Shook, gave him what he wanted. And I'm right here, baby. So let's get it.
Can you remind me, who was he supposed to fight on the Delray card? Because I don't even
Well,
remember.
apparently, I know all the behind scenes stuff. I don't think it was put out there, so I'm not gonna put it out there. But yeah, he was supposed to fight somebody that I fought. You can probably put that one together. And
right, we'll figure that out.
I think that guy was just being a bitch. But yeah.
Oh,
So
he's
you
being
and
a
you and
bitch.
Good, so you know that good.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch. Listen, like all these people, all this
You gotta
shit.
let us know who this guy is. Who
All
is
these guys talk. Even people who were within the organization, work within the organization, say, "Oh, he's only fought debuts." This is bullshit. My first fight, I was a debut. I fought the beard guy, Sykes, and then my second fight, I fought Moffitt.
Sykes is good.
Yeah,
Sykes is good. I don't.
and then it was one. We were both 1-0. I fought him. I destroyed him. Then I was supposed to fight. I don't even remember who the fuck I was supposed to fight. And then they gave me this guy, that weird Mexican kid who said that I poisoned his water and whatever.
Moreno? Was it
Yeah.
Moreno? Something Moreno?
I don't know.
Yes, Josh.
The kid
yes,
you threatened
the
to
dog.
you threatened to fuck his dog.
Yeah, he told me that.
Albuquerque
I can
show.
show you. He sent me a message saying I poisoned his water and he had. I was like, bro, God bless, bro. Keep it moving.
He drank his dog's water. What happened?
I don't know.
You poisoned the dog's water?
I would never.
It's unbelievable. Why the hell would anybody
I
ever
would
say that?
never.
Why would they? Why would he ever say that you poisoned his water? And what the hell is this? What is this? Some
Bro,
007 shit? Like what
I-
the? What are you sneaking around Fucking what
Then
the
I was
hell is wrong
supposed to
with people?
fight. Then I was supposed to fight that Josh Mart guy, but
Jeez.
I think they were putting that guy to die because I would have murdered him, and that didn't fall through. So they put me against an amateur who was he was pro, but he had an amateur background of 33-3. He was an Olympic trial boxer. That's the stuff they don't tell you, and a lot of people don't realize when you come into these fights when there's no footage, those are the most dangerous fights. You don't know how this person reacts when they get hit, how they come at you. So you really gotta. You get into those kind of fights and you kind of got to learn as you go. You got to really get your fight IQ going. But see, now me going in with Goodjohn, I know what to expect. I expect a war. I expect a battle. I expect a fight. I expect to fucking lay this guy down. I plan on being the first person to put him down. So I'm ready.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
ready to
been-
watch this.
He's been a pretty for lack of a better word, like a dense guy. Like he will not go down. You can hit this dude a million times. You see the fights, you've watched him. He is a guy that just continuously comes forward. So this is going to be an exciting fight. You just know it. He's a game guy. What do you think the excuses will be if you go in there and take them out? What do you think the excuses are going to be?
Listen, at the
What
end
could
of the
what could
day,
someone possibly say?
no matter what, people hate to see you winning. And that's a fact that I'm coming to terms with. People hate to see you win. They want to prey on your downfall. So no matter what happens, I can beat him. They're going to say, oh, well, he's coming off 2 losses. Okay, great. What do I have to do to prove that I'm trying and going to be the world's best? What do I have to prove? And that's absolutely nothing. Because what I know that I have in my heart, I have nothing to prove to none of these motherfuckers, bro. I go out there. I've went through adversity in my first bare knuckle fight. Broke my hand in the first 40 seconds. I fought this dude in fucking New Mexico. Got my nose broken in the first round. I just keep going forward and I keep walking forward. There's nothing I have to prove, bro. I'm surprised I even made it this fucking far. I went to tryouts to see if I get a bone. I didn't get the bone. I got the whole buffet, and now I'm here. So let's go. I don't
Tony,
give a fuck.
did you ever think that this Brooklyn boy now living in the Carolinas was going to be suffering from Tom Brady syndrome? That's what it's called, Everyone hates Tom Brady. Why? Because he did nothing but fucking win his entire career. Everyone just hates his ass. Why? That's why. Because he's not a bad dude. He didn't do any. He has no reason to He has no other reason to hate him other than the fact that he fucking has a supermodel wife and good looking kids and all this shit, and he wins Super Bowls and just everyone just hates his fucking guts. So congratulations for having.
I appreciate that, but and people who know me, and the people who've met me, they know how the fuck I really am. And I think, even after Tyler's last fight, I reached out to him. I'm that guy. Even after what's his name? Not Lily. What's his name? The Brumtown Bomber. After his fight,
Connor Turney.
When these guys go through some tough fights, I reach out to them because, as another fighter, I try to talk to them, try to be like, hey, listen, I hope you're doing well. If you need somebody to talk to, what I'm saying? I got your back. This is what we do. We're here for each other. And that's how I am. And those motherfuckers could vouch for it. But when I reached out to him and I took this personal because I'm good with building up the fight, but he took a screenshot of what I wrote to him, which I'm going to explain to you. He took that screenshot and he posted it. Okay. It says basically, hey, he didn't send the whole thing, but it says basically, hey, let me give you a call real quick so we can clear up the air. And then he says, there's no need to talk. We're going to go to battle soon. I say, okay, great. What flavor ice cream do you want at the weigh-ins? The reason being, because I want to bring some ice cream and I wasn't playing nice. I was going to stuff it in his fucking face. But he takes that and posts it as if I'm some soft bitch. First of all, he still has not signed the goddamn contract. That is a factual statement. He has not signed the contract. He is still suspended from the Nebraska Athletic Commission. If you look it up right now, he is still suspended. He's still not clear. So these are things that people do not see. And I'm just trying to fucking cross my T's and dot my I's because I'm training my ass off to fight. And I'll be damned if I get another last second of fucking opponent. So this is what I'm trying to do. And this bitch ass motherfucker posts some shit like that. Bro, you ain't do nothing, dude. You ain't do nothing.
What the hell's going on?
Are you okay? And now, this obviously makes us wonder. Are you worried that he will not be able to fight, and you're going to end up with another replacement?
That's what I'm feeling. But I'm ready for anything. And then Daddy Palomino, bro. Yo, the contradiction is ridiculous. So he poses a video, right? Daddy Palomino, he's sitting next to him. I'm surprised he wasn't on his lap. He's sitting next to him and he's going, "Oh, don't worry, Loco. You know, we got the contract. The contract's gonna be signed. You know, it's just, you know, there's just legal things." And then, you know, Goodjohn's sitting there like a good little boy, like, "Yeah, Daddy." And then it comes, "Yeah, you know, May 12th, we're gonna go. We're gonna put on a show and what do you want me to say, Dad?" And like, bro, really? Bro, come on, dog. Come on. And then I go to New York and I get a famous fucking rapper, right, to say, "Goodjohn, you fucking dickhead, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out." And then
That
him,
guy's so funny. I
dude's the
love that
best.
guy.
He's
thank
so
you. Yeah,
funny.
this is his brand right here too. It's Fuck
Yeah.
Your Life. It looks like it's
Oh,
Don't you ever disrespect me. I love
Yeah.
that dude.
So I go over there and I get that, and then his people are like, "Oh, you gotta get your friend to speak for you." Oh, these motherfuckers don't understand, and I'm not saying anything in particular to a culture or English people, but you motherfuckers are twisted. I don't know what's in your food or your water or those beans, but I don't think y'all understand American fucking comedy, bro. Y'all are different. God bless. But yeah, I'm gonna steer off that one.
All right, Tony, do your best Nims right now. Look right at the camera. Talk to Tyler Goodjohn. Say, "Don't you ever disrespect me," and then go ahead, say something.
Bro, Tyler, don't ever disrespect me calling yourself a dog when you already know what I do to them.
What do you
Wait
do
a
to
second. Wait a second. I thought
I
you
walked
don't
them.
do that.
I walked them.
Oh, you walked them. Oh,
I walked
okay.
them. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk that dog. You already know what time it is.
Oh my
Don't
god.
Yeah,
ever
Kyle-
don't ever disrespect me coming to my soil thinking you're gonna take me out, pal. Not here.
That guy is so fucking funny. One day, Kyle showed me him. Only like a couple weeks ago, I discovered that he was a thing on fucking Instagram. And we watched like 5 videos in a row, and I was like laughing so hard that nothing was coming out of my
Bro,
mouth.
he's
Like,
so
there was no
funny.
sound.
Bro, I
You
walked
know?
into his store. He goes,
Squealing.
he says, "Charge him double." I said, "What the fuck?" Don't charge
He'll do like little ones where you have to know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
But like, don't you ever disrespect me looking like Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
It'll
that
be
nigga-
just like to some little dude.
Yeah.
That shit is just so funny to me. Like,
that
like a
motherfucker
cracked
said-
out.
What's his name? What's his name again?
His name is Nims. This is his brand. See,
Nims.
it looks like
Look
the
him
New
up.
York, but that's Fuck Your Life. FYL. You see it?
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I
I thought it was
hate
a-
it, but it's
I thought it
fine.
was a,
I
I
hate
thought it was a trash ass Yankee hat.
I did too. I know.
Oh,
I
okay.
did
Okay.
too.
All right. I see where this is going. I see where this
Yeah,
is
you know,
going.
hey.
Hey man, let me tell you something. I know that you got a fight coming up, but I can't wait to see if you do get through Tyler Goodjohn. This puts you at 5-0, man. You are still not in the top 5. They got Chad Mendez still in the top 5. They got Bobby Taylor, no disrespect to him, but he's lost a couple fights. Robbie Peralta's only fought twice. Tom Schoaf is like 4-4. We love Tom Schoaf, but like a guy who's 4-0 like yourself deserved to crack into that top 5. Chad Mendez, no disrespect. Don't you ever disrespect me talking about the top 5. But Chad Mendez should have never even been in there at 1-0. You know what I mean? With his one win. And now he's gone. I would expect for you with a win over Tyler Goodjohn to hop 2 or 3 spots into that top 5, maybe, top 3.
Honestly, that shit don't matter to me anymore, bro. That shit is fake. Like, it really is. Like, it's all cool. Like, I like to look at the boxing rack and all that. Oh, man, all that shit is fake, bro.
Jesus.
Like,
Hold on one second, Tony. Howie, we were there. Howie, we were fucking there. We know
can't see
he's
it.
we know
What's his
he's
name?
retired. Chad's retired. Levi, we love you too. But yeah, he's retired. We get it.
Yes,
But I'm
yes,
just
yes.
saying. He
but-
should have never
but-
even been in there in the first place.
but regardless, the whole thing is, they want to push the guys that they want to push. I'm the black sheep pretty much of the 155 division. They still have me under welterweight when I took that fight on a short notice just to get my fucking feet wet. They still have me under the website. Today they even made a post about me and put me at 3-0. I had to write I'm 4-0. I'm gonna get my fucking respect, whether I'm gonna take it or I'm gonna fucking dish it out. I'm gonna get my respect because they're disrespecting me like I'm not a motherfucker who came from tryouts. Remember that.
There's some good tryout guys. I'm telling you, these tryouts, they're worth it. I heard somebody back in the day be like, "Oh, that's a waste of time, the tryouts, blah, 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 blah." I was like, what are you talking about? And I just had to name one person. And unfortunately, I'm
Lorenzo.
sorry, buddy, I didn't say Tony Soto. But I said Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's
He's
fine.
a fucking double champ. I'm like, that guy right there, he came from it. So, I mean, and I don't think people realize that. I'm like, he came from the goddamn tryouts, man. Look around. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Actually, the one that you came from, there was a couple of guys on there.
Well, right now, currently, I'm pretty much the only undefeated 155er that's born in the BKFC.
Beautiful.
If you want to look at that, that's me. Yeah. I am him. And it's just sad that I'm not even in that category with the top. Listen, I don't even care. It doesn't matter because, I've been a black sheep everywhere I've always been, and that shit never fazed me. It just motivates me. And I always say the love overpowers the hate by 2, always. And with all the hate I have, there's so much more love behind that. So it doesn't even matter, bro. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna stop. It's never gonna stop, bro.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It might have been when you were on the show 2 episodes ago. Yeah, I got a little worried because I thought we were losing Soto. I thought he was done. He was going to be finished if things didn't work out. And I feel like since then you started sailing. You know what I mean? You're starting to shoot off into space right now. Now you're going after Goodjohn, and like he said, you're going to hit the top 5, and then title shots in imminent after that.
Who knows? Maybe it is, or maybe they give it to a fucking another debut UFC guy. Who knows?
Maybe one day you can scrap with Eddie Alvarez, huh?
You know what?
That'd be fucking awesome.
I would love that. I would love for maybe Daniel Strauss come up to 155. Any of that stuff right now doesn't matter. The task at hand is Goodjohn. I'm not looking past him. I'm looking at Goodjohn as I'm gonna think of it as one of my best dances. This is going to be an amazing dance. I got salsa, merengue, I got bachata, EMD, I got, punk dance and any kind of, I'm doing it all, bro. I mean, we're going to go out there, bro. I'm going to have this dude fucking leaking from his ass. That's how hard I'm going to hit him in the stomach. He's leaking. He's going to be shitting blood for weeks. Bro,
you know what? We know that he bleeds, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why people love to watch Tyler Goodjohn fight, whether he wins or loses. He's an entertaining fighter, bell to bell. So we do expect a war for Tony Soto on May. Was that 13th? May 12th? May 12th.
May 12th. May 12th.
May 12th.
UFC card in Charlotte.
Yeah, Mike and I will be there. By the way. Mike and I will be there. Look at that. Yeah. That's an awesome poster. They're getting better with their posters, dude. They're whoever's.
That's that one poster I should have rough and I got a haircut after. Damn.
That thing is tough. I'm telling you. So here's the thing. Do you have a bunch of people coming out? You're the king of the Carolinas. You got a bunch of people coming?
It is crazy about that. Like that was like a spoof. Once in a blue, I do a spoof for the fights, and that was like a spoof, and now it's like a fucking thing.
It's a thing.
I gotta ride that shit till the wheels fall off. But I sold a handful of fucking tables. I got a bunch of people coming to support me. Apparently I got a bunch of messages today. I was on the radio today. They were not saying my name. Nice. And there's a billboard on 85 that me and Goodjohn are shit's on it. Like I didn't see none of this stuff because I'm so busy practicing and performing and getting my craft to where it needs to be. Like, some people they stop, fight week. No, bro, I keep going, I keep moving, I keep doing what I'm doing. So when I get in there, it's just second nature. There's never been a stop or a pause. So I mean, I'm so fucking focused, bro. Like you have no clue. You have no clue.
You've done nothing but improve every fight one by one since you've been in the BKFC, and that's obviously what you do. You live. I mean, you learn from each one. You make a little tweak here and there. You keep perfecting your craft, and now we'll see where this one gets you. But we want to get more people to that event, which means that we want to give away 2 tickets to BKFC 42. So somebody who's watching right now can go there live, sit probably pretty close to the ring because we get these tickets from the Extreme Bare Knuckle fan page, and those motherfuckers are not cheap. Those boys buy ringside seats. They buy close.
Shout out to those guys, man. They're real big supporters, man. They show
they're fucking
show
awesome.
A lot of love, and I respect that. And Loco loves you guys for that. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Those guys are awesome. We've had the pleasure of hanging out with them a couple times, and man, they really love the sport. They share everything. They're all about the fighters. So, and the fans, because here we go. They're going to get some free tickets to the Loco show.
Free tickets.
Look at
So we got a couple options here. Do we want to go? Oh, do we want to talk steaks? Do you want to talk fast food, or do we want to talk Mike and Mish with Tony Soto history? What do you think? What do you think, Tony? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I honestly, those are three phenomenal choices. I don't know. I'm a knock on the couch. If I knock on the couch and my cat's eyes open, then I know which one. That bitch is knocked out. All right, let's do number 3. I like the trivia because I don't know.
Okay. Tony knows this.
He'll
He
know
does
the
it.
answer, but
He's going to know the
say
answer
it.
right away. The first person to tell us what BKFC event Mike and I met Tony Soto. You tell us exactly what event by
Only answer if you can go to the show. Do not put an answer up if you cannot go and win these tickets, please.
If you can't win these tickets and get there, don't waste our time. But if you want to win these tickets and go see him fight Tyler Goodjohn, let us know what event Mike and I met that guy.
He was
or if you win these tickets and you want to donate them to some kids or somebody around town, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. If you're an out of towner,
what
hold on.
show?
What number show was it? Not the city it was in. What number? You fucking stoonods. And Brandon Allen, we're going to bring you on in a minute, buddy. Just keep hanging in there. We got to give these tickets away. What do we got, guys?
Who knows the answer?
Somebody gave you a hint right there. You just got to get the number of the event. BKFC what?
Will you pay for my flight from the UK? I know. Yeah, Tony said he'll given up his fight purse for that.
No, yeah.
Boom.
There it
is. Vince Anderson. You probably already had tickets anyways, but Vince Anderson, BKFC 17 in Birmingham, Alabama. We were introduced to this crazy son of a bitch right here. And you know what he said? I don't like podcasters and I don't fucking do podcasts. So fuck you guys.
He did say that. And
He did.
Did you say who introduced us?
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But he got in the guy who introduced us got in a fight in the crowd that night, and Tony helped him out.
Man, I wish I could bring that up right now, but I took that off my computer. I have it on a hard drive.
If I can go back in time, I would have just watched.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. What
Brandon Lambert, though. That guy is the one who introduced us.
All right. History. So Vince, here's what you could do. If you want to give them away, you're gonna get them. But
he said give them away to someone else. See, this happened last time too. So we'll win some, and then we'll also want them.
So I got an idea. So
here's what we're gonna do.
He won the tickets. You guys send them to me, and then I could fucking give them to the first 2 people at the door when they pull up, or something like that. You know,
BK Extreme Fans page. What do you think?
Yeah, something. You know, let those guys decide, because there's probably a lot of people out there who haven't got tickets yet, or maybe maybe somebody who's not doing so fortunate, and maybe these tickets will make their fucking day. You know,
give them the absinthe Falcon. They're in California. They ain't gonna.
Yeah, give it to them. Yeah, they fucking drive at the Winnebago.
All right, we'll get them to somebody. But
yes, sir.
Tony, it's always a pleasure having you on here, man. We don't want to keep you on too much longer, so why don't you say some final words to everybody? Tell everybody why they need to get to Greenville and check you out on May 12th.
Hey, listen, I appreciate everybody, the support, the hate, all of it. It all means the most to me. It all motivates me. It's what gets me up out of the fucking bed every day. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, win, lose, draw, fucking bleed, cut, spit guts, no matter what, I'm going and I'm putting everything I got into this. I've put everything I got into this since day one. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep getting better. And I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the fans out there. Love you all.
There he is, the man, Tony Loco Soto. Mike, you got anything left for Tony?
I can't wait to see you next week, man.
I just learned how to flex my tits. I just started doing it. Ooh, sorry.
That's the peck pop.
That's for the pop. That's for the after show. Save that.
Yeah. Save that for the after.
You guys stay blessed. Love you guys.
All right, man. Take it easy, Tony. Later. There he is, Tony Loco Soto. That is guaranteed to be a bloody war on May 12th in South Carolina. We all know what Tyler Goodjohn does when he goes in there, and Tony has been nothing but impressive since he's been fighting in the BKFC. How about we do another trivia question a little later on, and maybe somebody else can win these things. Nah,
Yeah. Let's
Vince,
see what we can do.
Vince, you don't need him. So, anyways, our next guest is the number 4 BKFC featherweight right now, and he's going to be taking on a guy who impressed the shit out of everybody back in Myrtle Beach in his debut. A very young guy named Trevor Loken is going to be going in there for his second fight against our boy, straight out of Shift MMA, straight out of Tampa, Superman himself, Brandon Allen. Hey,
Oh,
Hey,
look at
what's
that.
on?
We love those Shift MMA guys over there, man. That gym's full of fucking sweethearts. That'll punch you in the face as well.
Hey,
Yes.
but with a smile though, with a smile.
yes.
With a smile. What's up, man? How you been?
Man, wonderful, man. Just getting ready for this fight, man. You already know. Every day. Hard work make easy work. So we just doing what we do daily.
Daily in that hot ass gym that you guys have,
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
That's the dungeon. That's the dungeon. That's the best way to be. Who needs AC?
That is. Me and Mike went and visited these guys. They work their fucking balls off. They sweat like they're in a damn shower the entire time because there is no AC. It's that hot Florida weather, and they just grind in there, man.
There was that one dude in there that was sweating like crazy, and you guys were all like, yeah, he sweats. He had like a pool around him.
That's Dr. Chuck, man. But if he grab you, it's a problem.
Yeah,
swim in that shit.
Well,
yeah.
Dave Mundell, the 175-pound champ right there, Mr. Mundell is in the comments right now. It says it creates champions, and he's proof of that, dude. And now they got you. You're in the top. You're number 4 in the featherweight division. They do have a belt coming up in June. Kai Stewart and Louis Lopez will be fighting for the first BKFC 145-pound belt. So now there's going to be a belt in the mix there, Mr. Allen. What do you think about that?
I should have it by the end of the year.
Yeah, I love the confidence, man. I do.
To be honest with you, like I don't see nobody stopping me from taking it. We're gonna get done. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get it by the end of the year. I like it.
Yeah, you should be walking around that place afterwards. You know, if you go in there and you take this one, that's what you should be saying that everywhere and putting that in everybody's ears. Let them all hear it.
Well, I want this one. I want another one in July because we back in, I think, in Tampa. So I definitely got to do one at home. Have to do it at home. Then after that, yeah, like why not? Why not? I feel like I deserve that.
That's awesome. And your division is getting like really exciting. Actually, you got yourself and Howard and Louis and Kai, which you guys been kind of running that division for a while now. But you also now throw Daniel Strauss and Dat Win in the mix, either one of those guys would be a nice little feather in the cap.
They too little. I'm gonna be honest. They too
little.
Small. They too small. They too. It'd be fun though. I like to punch somebody in the face, but it's fun though. I'm down for whatever. If Jihad check off on it, you already know it's a go for me. I'll fight a bear if he say so.
Hey, who's the guy you said that sweats a lot? You said Dr. Who? Chuck?
Yeah, Dr. Chuck.
Okay, so that's why Jihad called him Lake Charles.
Lake Charles. That dude, like I'm telling you, it was like a little it was a freaking pool of water. I don't think people are understanding. Like it was a pool. Like
can't even go on the inside too much, or you're gonna slip off.
Man, I don't know how you do that right there. That shit is nasty as hell. You're rolling all in it, getting all in your mouth and your nose and shit.
At that point, and it's deadly because he'll throw a jab and the sweat will get in your eyes.
It's like throwing salt in your eyes. Man.
You're fighting Trevor Loken, right? The kid, right. The kid has, I believe he has a handful of MMA fights under his belt. I think maybe they were all AMI, but we watched them, and he does have power in his hands. And he went out there against Marcus Brimage and finished Brimage quick. A UFC veteran. With that said, were you impressed by what you saw about the guy you were about to fight on May 12th?
No.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to see, though, right? You got to be
because Brimage was a bum. So show me something. You're gonna have to show me that you better than me. But I don't like it. What you got? I don't think you faster than me. I don't think you hit harder than me. I got the experience. I got the knowledge. I got a great coach. My coaching game is serious, man. So Big Rick in the corner, I don't see any loopholes that's gonna like really happen. I see this going way, and that's it.
Are you gonna have the 3-headed monster down there, or is it just gonna be Jihad and Rick? Is Martin gonna make the trip?
I think so. I hope so. The family trying to come out. We always try to come together when we get to
I hope so too, because it's been a while since me and Mike and them, we created the greatest rap group of all time, the most notorious Wichita's Most Wanted over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No,
I need to hear it.
Well, at least we didn't rap, but at least I made a album cover. You know what I mean? No, man, it'll be good to see everybody out there, and it'll be good to see you back in there because you fought Mar. When was that? That was in Orlando.
Yeah, I think that's what November.
So
yeah, that was
been
the
about
Shady
6
Grady
months.
night.
The Shady Grady night.
How's that Shady Grady night?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
You were on point that night, though. We were watching that in the back with a bunch of people were just around the TV. Like you guys are on the right. You're 5 feet in front of us is a curtain and we could just walk through and watch it live. But instead, we're so lazy as Americans that we walk to the TV that's what it is. We just stood at the TV. Yeah, look, we're like, oh, it's too convenient. We're not going to walk out there. Let's just watch it from here. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's something about convenience. Oh my God, we could have watched it live right out there, but we just sat there. We watched it on the TV because it's not like we watched 2 minutes. We watched like the whole entire fight of that TV.
There it is.
But you know what? Everyone was there. Like everybody was back there watching, and they were all saying great shit about how fucking on point you were. You were like, you felt the glow, huh? You got that last dragon glow?
Once I get into my groove, man, I'm just getting more comfortable with the BKFC. I feel very comfortable. I'm very confident now coming back into the BKFC. I'm ready. That's all I've been telling my camp. Like, I'm excited to get back in here. There ain't no nerves, no nothing. I'm like, I want to get back under these lights. That's for me. That's where I deserve to be at.
That's why I'm surprised it took from November to now. That's about 6 months, 7 months. You didn't take any damage in that fight, right? You were pretty much untouched. So with the BKFC, they're pretty quick to turn somebody around if they don't take much damage. So was there a reason why you took a break, or
man, people ain't trying to sign contracts. Nobody.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. You know what?
Aggravating
contract.
Mike and I got to meet one of our all-time favorite idols in the combat sports world this weekend. Chael Sonnen. Shout out to him. Chael used to say, I grew up in the era that when the promoter called me with an opponent, I just signed the contract and I took it. This new era of turning down fights and picking and choosing who you fight is fucking bullshit. And I agree with him so much on that, because if the fights make sense and one guy accepts it, then the other guy shouldn't have the right to say no. You know, I don't know. I don't like it.
Only if it makes sense. Right.
If the fight makes sense.
Yeah. Not if you're like your second fight and you got to fight the number 2 or number 1 guy. I mean, I get that.
Right.
If somebody's not ready for that, but.
Or if you're 3, what are you, 3-2-1, 3-1, 2-1, whatever you are. Maybe it wouldn't make sense if they were like, hey, we got this debuting 135er that is going to take a fight against you at 145. Like, I guess that wouldn't make any sense, but you're not the one turning down fights. It's other people. I just don't get it, man. I wish that.
And then you suffer.
I wish that wasn't a storyline.
But I always catch a duck, man. You always catch a duck and I caught me one. So it's all right. Y'all going to be seeing me next week.
You know, I feel like you were this confident when you fought Steve-O. I remember that's when we went to the gym.
That was when we
and
went there.
Yeah,
he was dancing like Michael Jackson.
That's right. Yeah, you were dancing to Michael Jackson, and it was awesome, you know. And you were just like, I felt like you didn't have a fight coming up. That's how you were acting.
That's how I feel. It's just another day in the office. Like, I train with world champions. I got Dave, I got Derek, I got Martin. Like, I train with elite guys. So for me to go outside the gym and be nervous or scared of somebody else, that's insane.
You know, by the way, you were not dancing to Michael Jackson.
That's right. We put that.
I added the music to the video, and it
just blended, didn't it?
So what happened was they were like, Brandon, you should dance all the way down to the ring. And then you were like, maybe I will. And they were like, show us how you're going to dance. And you did this dance across the fucking mat. And I filmed it. And then I put it to Michael Jackson's Beat It, or Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not.
Yeah.
And I put it on Instagram, and it had like 20,000 views in the first 45 minutes or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird how it just like, boom. Picked right up.
That was funny, man.
Like
yeah, you already said it, man. You've looked sharp your last 2 fights. You come from a great gym. You have the best dressed coach in the game. It's gonna be a good time, and it'll be if you beat Trevor Loken, it'll be a nice little another victory for you. That'll put you at 3-1 in a division that you are absolutely in the conversation with, and there will be a strap hanging around in there soon. So very exciting things for you, my friend.
I can't wait. Like I said, I want to rack up at least 3 more this year.
Now, do you have is a weight cut a big thing? Because I feel like that's not for you. I feel like you don't walk too far over 145.
I ain't gonna say that.
No? Yeah, I don't know. Every time we see you, you seem like you're in pretty decent goddamn shape.
When I hear whispers about a fight, I start cutting down slowly but surely, because I ain't gonna put no numbers out there, but I get pretty high.
Oh, so Trevor Loken, watch out! You got a 205er cutting down, my friend. The Superman himself. That's unbelievable. You got a nice card that you're on too, man. The main event's insane. Doug Cold Red Coltrane. He's looked good. He's fighting Blake Lacaze, and then you got Andy Wynn on there, Keith Richardson on there, Truck and Carson versus Tim Hester. That's like a fucking banger right there. So we're gonna be down there, man. We're gonna see you down there in person. We'll hang out, we'll see the team, have a good time. But before we let you go, we're gonna speed round you real quick, and it's only gonna be 3 questions, and they're pretty funny. So here we go. Speed round with Superman Brandon Allen. Number 1, would you rather knock up your ex or smoke crack?
Smoke crack.
That's easy. You don't have to see you smoke crack once. Doesn't mean you have to keep smoking it. But if you knock your ex up, you ain't getting rid of her.
That's it.
Oh my God, that's such a funny question. Smoke crack. Here we go. Number 2.
Would you punch your grandmother in the face for $1 million?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Grandma, but yes.
Yes.
$1 million will really
80%.
$10, like, Grandma, like, you don't live your life. I love you.
Lay it on me.
Yeah.
All right. And hey, last one. You are Superman. You are the Superman, Brandon Allen. Who in the featherweight division is the Lex Luthor to your Superman?
Nobody.
No one. Not yet.
You don't.
There.
No
arch nemesis.
No. Who?
Love that answer, actually.
Who? I see too many glass chins. Is nobody standing in my way no more. Stop it. Let's keep going.
There it is. It's over.
No Lex
Luthor. He's just Superman. He's just running through everyone. May 12th, Trevor Loken, BKFC 42, Greenville, South Carolina. Brandon, do you have any final words you want to throw out there before we let you get up out of here?
Let's go.
That's it.
Let's go.
Man. Let's go.
I mean, the confidence is running very high here. So,
man, a few words and much confidence.
See y'all on fight night. There's nothing else to say. I want y'all to see what I'm gonna do that night. That's it. Plain and simple.
Oh God, you got to be a fan of this guy, Mike. You got anything left for him?
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see you down there. We can't wait to see you perform and hang out with you and your crew. So we'll see you
We'll
in
see
about
you
a
on
week.
the we'll see you on the 11th. We'll get down there right before the
Let's go.
weigh-ins. See you, buddy.
Yes,
Later.
sir.
Later.
There he is, Brandon Superman Allen. That guy is fucking great. I'll tell you, I really do. That team there is like not to like blow smoke. They're like the fucking coolest
They're
people
not.
in the world. They're
They're
like
not going to.
we get along so well with everybody in that gym. They're just really easy to get along with, people that just happen to be able to really fuck people up with their hands.
Oh yeah, we went by there and they were like, stop by, shoot some film, do some interviews. And then, Rick's like, hey man, what do you guys drink? I need to welcome you to my city, and he just comes by our hotel room and friggin' brings us a bottle and yeah, he just wants to show us around. Like, he's such a nice guy, man. They're all nice guys, good people. Love running into them. We were actually just in Denver, which is where we all hung out the night before the fights, I think it was. We all went to this really fancy Italian restaurant.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It was like Sissio's de Sissio's or something like that. We were staying in a hotel just the other day right next to it. And a whole bunch of people were there. So I think there was like 2 or 3 tables in this place. And it was just BKFC people at each table. And we walked in and they were like, hey, come sit here with us. So we sat with them and it was a good dinner. I got some gnocchi. I remember it was very good.
Yeah, who was that? It was Jared and Crystal, Jihad and his wife, and Rick. Did Rick have anybody else out with them, or
no? I don't think so. It was Rick and then you and I. Yeah, it was cool, man.
And they were busting balls because you eat like a bird, and we were talking about that before we ordered our food. You ordered what you had, and I ordered mine. And you were like talking about how like you only order a little bit of food because you only eat small, and like this guy eats like a fucking garbage disposal. And then Jihad's wife, like I never looked up. I was just eating, and I finished eating, and she starts laughing. She's like, points at the plate. She goes, "Remember what he said about the plates?"
Yeah, I probably had like less than 1/10 of my plate eaten at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That was a good trip. And in that same restaurant, Mike Richmond's team was in there. He was fighting Isaac Doolittle that weekend.
Yeah.
It was
cool. That was a cool time. That was awesome. But this time in Denver was a little bit different and much crazier. Like the wildest trip that we have been on to date. This trip trumped them all at this point. The event was crazy. The lead up to it was crazy. The after party at Tom's Watch Bar was phenomenal. Like the whole thing was insane. Celebrities, MMA celebrities. Like it was nuts. I can't even believe how crazy it was.
Can I say this? Like we always preach that like fighters are like the nicest people like 95% of them are like the coolest fucking people you'll ever meet. There are some, there's some fucking snarky dickheads out there, but that's life. I just got to say, Chris Camozzi and his girlfriend Whitney Johns,
yes,
and Beck Rollins and her husband.
Oh my God, were they
like
the nicest people?
They were like the coolest goddamn people. So Tom's Watch Bar had the after party for Camozzi and Beck, and they like invited me and Mike to kind of like co-host it. They called it co-hosting. I don't even really know what that meant, but what me and Mike took that as was we're just going to walk around and we're going to take pictures and videos with everybody and just really make sure that we talk to every single person in the room and really chop it up with everybody and create as much content as we possibly can. And Mike has like thousands of photos and like
there's so many
and like probably an hour and a half full of fucking footage. He's going to be putting all that stuff out. They couldn't have been nicer. And like, I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say about that party. That fucking party was awesome. Like you had everybody out there. The Juggernaut Hunt was out there, mingling with everybody, taking pictures with everybody. Autographs were being signed. Chris Lytle was there. Cyrus Fees was there, having a blast, dancing, singing the songs and stuff. Yep. Neil Magny was in the house, and you know what I said to Neil Magny?
Stewart.
Dude, Neil Magny's sitting there standing at the bar, and I was like, "Hey, Neil, what's going on, man? I'm Kyle. I'm Kyle Mish, Mike and Mish show. That's Mike." He's like, "Oh, cool. Nice to meet you." I go, "I was in Arif John back in 08, 09 and 12, 13." And like his face, like, had this shocked look on it.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Like
no.
he was at Camp Arif John in 07. So I was like, I was there and you were there. And he goes, "Wow. Holy shit, I haven't heard the word Arif John in fucking years." And that is such a weird coincidence that like not a lot of people have ever been there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's not a place that you'd ever want to go to just because it's not
right.
fun.
It's a shit, it's a shithole, but we have that in common with Neil Magny. So I said that, and Magny was cool as fuck. Kai Stewart was cool as hell. Man, Chris Camosi's whole there's
There they
Neil.
are right there.
Yeah, they were both of them right there. What a scene, man. And that place was absolutely packed. And that's what made us feel like really proud of that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the fact that we could be a part of that and like have our logo on the poster of the after party, which was cool, but it not be a dud. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing worse than throwing a party and barely anybody shows up to it. You know what I mean? That's like it's the worst shit ever.
Yeah.
This time
it helps that the place is fantastic and that Chris Camozzi and Beth Rollins were there too. And it was awesome because they were there, and like Kyle said, there was all these other people there, and like it was when we walked in the door, it was like immediate. You walked in, people were downstairs yelling. I walk up the stairs, and there's people coming in the door yelling. I look up, there's people hanging over the railing yelling, and in my mind, I was like, "Oh my god, this is going to be awesome." And as soon as I get to the top of the stairs, it's like Kevin Smith and somebody else. They were, Kevin has arm around someone,
DJ Tony, maybe.
and we were like, "Oh!" They start yelling, and I turn to my left, and there's Absent Minded and Falcon 09, who's in the comments now, and they're friggin' already buzzing nicely, screaming into the friggin' camera. And then there's Tommy Clohessy and Chris Camozzi, and it just went on and on after that. It was so funny. Who got the drunkest? Best storyteller? Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I was all over that bar. I talked to every table, every single person that was there. I took a picture and video I probably took over 1,000 videos. I do know some guys that were buzzing pretty good. They could tell you the story.
Yeah. No, there was.
But people were having a great time.
It was a great time. And what I thought was super cool was like Chris Lytle was having like a blast talking with everybody, and he actually told us that it was he was like, "This is a great this is a great after party."
The feeling was good,
right? And then
a good vibe there.
Yeah, and then guys, we got footage of Lorenzo and Chris Camozzi talking to each other about fighting each other, which was fucking cool.
Yes.
And Lorenzo we have a picture of the two of them talking to each other, but the belt is on Camozzi's shoulder. Did you notice that? There's a picture with the belt on Camozzi. Like, I don't know if Lorenzo put the belt on his shoulder or something like that while they were talking, but I think that's a pretty cool thing right there too. But hey, we'll get back into that in a minute. The guy we're about to have on, he is now 1-1 in the BKFC. He's an absolute fucking beast. His first loss was a doctor stoppage to a cut. I want to say over the eye, maybe something. I can't remember. We'll let him talk about it. But this dude came out there on the biggest card in the history of the sport, in front of the biggest crowd in the history of BKFC, and come up with the second fastest knockout in BKFC history with a 7-second knockout. It was over before I turned to look at the ring. Like, we're always moving. I was like walking, and I was walking to get to a spot to turn and watch.
Yeah.
And it was over before I even turned my head. Here he is, GOAT Combat Agency's own knockout artist, Dillon Winemiller.
What's up, guys?
Yo, what's going on, man?
I've been trying to figure out how to get in this room for a minute. I'm not very good at this stuff, so.
Well, you're here. You did it.
Yeah.
Found it.
You made it, dude. You made it. You heard me just, singing your praises right there, dude. We went back and watched it over and over. You can literally watch this knockout 7,000 times in like a day. It's not bad. Talk us through the experience of going out there in front of 8,000 plus at First Banks Center and pulling knockout of the night on a card filled with fucking killers, dude.
Man, I had told several people that was my goal for the night, was to win. I didn't know if there's gonna be a bonus or not, but I wanted to win knockout of the night with all those big names on the card. I thought that would be a nice feather in my cap, and I'm glad that I got it. That wasn't the plan. I was just gonna hit him real hard once and see how he took it. And
How did he take it?
How'd he take it? How did he take it, Dillon?
he didn't take it very well.
Or he took the whole thing.
He didn't leave any left.
No,
man. We talked to you that night. You were ecstatic. You were almost like, and maybe it's just your personality. You were almost like so in the moment that you were quiet about the whole thing. You were just fucking standing there like, yeah, I just did that. It was fucking unbelievable. And you did it in front of a crowd that, if you would have been a little later in the card, had Conor McGregor there, you had fucking Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje, Cowboy Cerrone. So these guys, Chael Sonnen was up in the booth doing a giant segment on how quick this fucking sport is because of the knockout that you just did. They had to kill time, and who's better to kill time than Chael Sonnen singing your praises as well. Him and Austin Trout talking about the pace of this sport. Yeah, you feel like you're made for the pacing of this sport.
Yeah, man, you can ask anybody that knows me. They all knew as soon as I got my first one signed. Everybody's been saying it's where I belong, and they're not wrong. I enjoy it a lot more than I enjoyed MMA or that I enjoy boxing or anything. I love the sport because we got 2-minute rounds to just beat the shit out of each other. You know, you don't have all this filling out process of these 5-minute rounds and things like that. So I think I'm built for it because that's my exact pace. I think if the time's running, we ought to be hitting each other.
I talked to you a little bit, right, yesterday in Messenger, and you're not completely happy, right? You're a guy that isn't satisfied even when they have a great performance like that. Why do you think that? Why do you think you're like that?
I don't know. I mean, but I'm thankful that I am like that. It drives me to train as hard as I do, but I don't really understand it. But yeah, I've watched it so many times. I hate it. I hate the performance now. I mean, I'm happy with the result, but I left my hands down by my sides when I was finishing him, but I saw his eyes roll back. I was just trying to capitalize, but made me look sloppy. I don't like it.
You found that in 7 seconds, you found that you left your hands low.
Yeah.
And that was enough to make you be upset at yourself.
Dylan, do you have a nickname? Do you have a nickname?
The dog.
The dog. Okay. Maybe you should be like the Doberman, or what's a real fast dog? The Greyhound, because this is funny to me because I'm going to say something here, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong, right? Do you believe that you threw 50 punches and landed 20 in 7 seconds?
No.
I don't think. No, it wasn't like 10. Didn't we count it that night? Didn't we count it?
There was like 10 punches, and I only landed like 4 of them because he was stumbling around when I was trying to find my range.
If you go on the BKFC website and pull up the results of BKFC 41 and look up your fight, total
puncher in the West.
Total punch, the fastest puncher in the West. Dillon Winemiller threw 50 punches and landed 20 in 7 seconds.
Dude, that's crazy.
Maybe you should be the Flash. The Flash.
How do you even do that?
That shit is so funny.
That's how fast you punch. We didn't even see 4/5 of them things.
Man,
you know what?
I've had people comment and say I looked robotic after I knocked him into the ropes, the way that I was picking my shots, but I was really afraid I was going to catch a forehead or the top of a head and break my hand.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Kind of weird about hitting him. I was trying to find my angles on him, and everybody's saying I look like a murder robot. But
it also says that he threw 10 and landed 5 on you. So I think they got this little wrong here.
No, he threw 1 that I slipped, and that was when my right hand connected. And from then, he didn't. I don't know. He was pretty much out by the 4th second.
Damn, yeah,
So
what they must have switched that with another
yeah,
fight
they
somehow.
got
There's
that
no way.
they got that mistaken. Now your fight was at 185. I want to say that night I heard you say something about maybe going up to 205. What is the future plans for you?
I just want to go to 205 and fight anybody there. It'd be great if in a couple fights I got, somebody ranked or something, but I'm not calling for it, but it would be nice to clean out the 205 division is the plan.
You don't want to
5 anymore.
that making 185 is a tough cut for you.
Yeah, man, I start out about 210 typically. So then by the time I rehydrate on that night, I'm like 215. And I'm just tired of feeling that way when I fight. I'd rather fight a bigger fella and just feel healthy.
That's understandable, man.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. I think about how well people perform their whole careers, and some people always fight at that lower weight. And it makes me think, like, how good could they have been if they stayed at their actual weight and performed at nearly 100%? Because obviously not, you're never 100%. But that's the crazy thing about it. Like you just sometimes won't know because you got a bunch of people fighting at 60%, and they're doing great. But man, it leaves a lot to think about,
Yeah, that was my 5th or 6th cut to 85 since I've been back. I took a long time off fighting before, but when I came back about 3 years ago, I don't know. I was a whole lot bigger, so I was fighting at like 205, and then I got myself down to 185, but I can't do it anymore. I had to quit lifting weights for 3 months before that fight to try to make 85, and I still only got to 88.
You used to lift heavy, right? Do you still?
No, sir. I do circuit training twice a week just for functional stuff, conditioning. I don't I'm more of a believer in doing a lot of conditioning like bag work and mitts and things like that, applicable things to what we do, So I don't lift real heavy anymore on anything.
Yeah, I saw on your Instagram you used to throw some weight around for sure.
Yeah. I was real strong, but I was 240 pounds too. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking guy right there. Oh man. Scott Farley is always talking really highly of you, and and he thinks that you're gonna wreak havoc in the BKFC if they will allow you to. So hopefully, and I gotta tell you, man, that 205 division can use some fresh blood up there, because if you pull up the 205 division, you got Lorenzo at the top.
Yeah.
But then, like, we don't know what's going on with Quentin Henry.
Yeah.
Houston Alexander and Jeremy Smith are about to fight each other, but let's be honest, Houston Alexander's 53 years old, right? Like, I don't know if he'll ever fight for the BKFC outside of Omaha, Nebraska. Those are his only fights for the BKFC. He's a hometown guy out there, and he's won the fights that they gave him. Gustavo Trujillo is he's probably never coming back.
He hasn't fought in cruiserweight for years.
Yeah. And then Chris Camozzi, who got a nice win again the other day. So like that's just the top 5 right there. And then outside of the top 5, there's really not a whole lot of names jumping off the page here.
No.
So if they did book the second fastest knockout in BKFC history up in 205, that might jolt a little life into that weight class, man.
That's the idea. I mean, I was okay with doing it to the 185 division, but I do want to wreak havoc and where I'm going.
You know who you should fight? Steve Townsell.
Anybody they give me a contract.
Steve Tomahawk Townsell in July. Book it. Tampa. There you go. You got yourself a 205-pound fight. You're welcome.
Isn't there a card in Biloxi that month?
Is there one in Biloxi too? But we were just talking to Brandon Allen, and he was talking about a card in Tampa, and Tomahawk is a Florida guy, so he would probably get on that card pretty easily. Scott Farley, you're going to watch this. If you're not on the plane right now watching it with Wi-Fi, you will watch this back. You will listen to me and you will book that fight.
Yeah. Did
like I said, anybody. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm just eager to prove some more. I didn't get to show a whole lot.
Did Feldman come up to you at any point after your fight and talk about your 7-second knockout and come up and say, hey, that was awesome. Can't wait to see you again. Anything you hear anything or from Shook or anybody?
From Shook. Yeah. I talked to Shook for a minute, but not from Scott. He had a lot going on. I mean, like you could tell how emotional he was and how much he had put into that and how relieved he was and all that stuff. Yeah. So I don't hold that against him. I'm sure he had a lot of things on his mind that night.
Compared to the last time you fought and you were behind the scenes, obviously you got to walk around, you got to go to locker rooms, all that stuff. You saw what it looked like at the last event you did. And then you went to this event. Was this not the craziest and like most cluttered in the back? Like it was, right? Was it nuts?
Yeah, it was crazy, but I did get a lot more room as far as warming up and things go, though. There was a lot more individual rooms, back there. I liked that a whole lot, but yeah, it was cluttered.
It was wild. Where Kyle did the interview with you, like right there, that area. They set that up for interviews, I think. And originally they were going to do interviews because they usually do that in a couple of different places. I think they used it one time because it was so wild right there. And people coming back and forth from fights. They were like escorting fighters that had just fought through there. And if you went the other way, there was a ton of wires. So you couldn't go that way. And it's like, man, we can't even stand here. And you get run over. It was wild, man. That was a crazy night. It was a really crazy night.
It was, man. It was enjoyable though. I liked being so early on the card so that I could sit down and just take that card. Yeah.
Dude, a lot of people were talking about this, but what did you think about when Feldman went backstage and spoke in front of the fighters? Yeah, would you ever think that you'd hear a prior to the event? I'm talking when he almost got choked up. I was like, wow, dude, this guy is really opening up to these fighters right now. And he basically like admitted to you guys, he's like, I fucking literally put my house on this. You know what I mean? Like everything, every dollar I got, everything that I could do to make this event happen, I made happen because I believe that this is the one and you guys are going to fucking go out there and do it. Like that was something, man. I was standing there. I'm not even a fighter. And I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It lit a fire under me. And Scott leaned over and was like, we're gonna get knockout of the night. And
nice.
You could tell that was a really raw moment for him. And I actually made a post about appreciating the guy earlier for putting on that big of a show and pouring so much into it. It tells a lot about a guy.
Yeah. It was fucking something, dude, for sure. And the event hit on all cylinders. It really couldn't have gone better. I mean, it couldn't have get like with the first few fights of the night, yours, the first 3 fights. I don't think the first 3 fights made it out of the first round, right? Or maybe Jay Jackson made it out of the first round again.
No, well, it ended at the end of the first round, basically.
Oh, so 3 first round knockouts.
2 minutes. Yeah.
It was just like that's the way free prelims when it's like the free view, man. What better way to get somebody to be like those last minute people that are like, I'm going to watch the free view and see if I want to buy this pay-per-view. And they're like, boom, knockout, boom, knockout, boom, knockout. They're like, you know what? I want to see more knockouts. That's what's up. Like, and then the pay-per-view delivered, man. It was just fucking unbelievable. It's a hell of a night for you, man.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable night from beginning to end. Just getting to see all the people that I consider celebrities, people I've looked up to for years and stuff,
Did you get a chance to meet any of them?
Yeah. I talked to Eddie Alvarez for a while I noticed his mouthpiece had a really unique design when he was walking out. I'd never noticed that before, but the fangs in his mouth like hold his bottom jaw still. And I had to approach him about that and see where he got that at, because if I'm being bare knuckle, I want one of those. So he was really cool about that and stuff, is getting me hooked up with the guy and stuff on Instagram. So
nice.
How about what about guys that were in the crowd? Did you walk around in the crowd at all and like get to meet? Did you meet any of them guys like Cowboy? Or you kind of look like you could be Cowboy's brother, by the way.
Yeah, man. Actually, I've been told that before.
Yeah,
Um,
you do.
but no, I didn't. I've met Cowboy before though, but I didn't go out in the crowd. I didn't want to seem like a fanboy. I'm, like you pointed out earlier, I'm just not a very emotional guy. I don't really get excited about much of anything, and like I, it was cool that they were there, but if they're not talking to me, then I'm not talking to them. So
I love it. I love the attitude and the confidence, dude. You're just a stoic dude that can just go out there and drop bombs on people. It's fucking great. And I hope that the BKFC, I'm imagining they will bring you right back. Steve Townsell, Tomahawk, 205. There we go. Land your ass right in that top 5 there, and all of a sudden you're on your way, my friend.
fantastic.
With that said, we're gonna run a couple questions by you real quick, and then we're gonna let you get up out of here. And it's only a couple, but it's
All
a
right.
speed round with Dillon Winemiller. You knocked out somebody in 7 seconds. What I want you to do: name 3 things you can do in less than 7 seconds. In less than 7 seconds, go.
Breathe, blink. I'm drawing a blank here. Knock a guy out.
There you go.
Dude, Mike asked me this question earlier, and I said blink, cough, and fart. Like, boom, 1 second, my friend. Here we go, done. And number 2.
Could you last 7 seconds on a bull?
We're never gonna find out.
Never.
No confidence.
There's 2 things that don't make any sense to me in this world, and that's slap fighting and bull riding. I just don't understand the allure.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
Put that on a t-shirt. 2 things that don't make sense: slap fighting and bull riding. There we go. Boom. And last question for you. What's the craziest thing that happened to you when you were in high school? Tell us a high school story.
Well, that would be hard to sum up. First of all, I've been homeschooled since the 3rd grade.
What?
So, yeah, hence the awkwardness. But I didn't. I mean, it wasn't like I was the weird kid. I still had friends and shit, but like pretty awkward. I don't know.
That's a good enough answer for us right there, dude.
I don't know that statute of limitations is up on
Yeah.
on things that I did as a teenager. So
you gotta watch out for them homeschool kids, man.
Yeah.
They get out of the house and they go fucking buck wild.
Yes.
Dude.
Who's that crazy guy at the party? That's the homeschool guy.
That's fine. That's fine. Now the
Don't mess
homeschool
with
kid is just knocking people out with his bare hands. So it is what it is, my friend. Dillon Winemiller, you impressed the shit out of everybody in Denver. You got yourself a bonus. You got yourself on the map with the 2nd fastest knockout in BKFC history, and we really look forward to see what they do with you next. What do you got? Final words from you before we let you go.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on. I want to thank my wife for putting up with the fact that I've talked to you guys a little bit. You know how obsessive I am. So I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me for all that. But my sponsors, teammates, coaches, Birch Franks primarily. That's it.
Fair enough. That's good enough, man. You did great at BKFC 41. Looking forward to the next one. Hopefully they book you in another one quickly, because obviously you're only in there for 7 seconds and you had a training camp for it. So yeah, let's do this. Mike, you got anything left?
Nah, I'm good, man. Hey, take care, and can't wait to see you next one.
All right. I
Take
appreciate
it easy, Dillon. Thanks for coming on.
you too.
Later, man.
Later. There he is. That guy. He's stoic, like I said. He doesn't show the cerebral assassin right there. There you go, man. Yeah, like I said, I was walking to try to find a nice position to take a look at this fight, and then it was over before I took 4 steps. It was done. Dunzo. Yeah, that was just one incredible thing that happened on that evening. Yeah, Big Ben mentioned nobody's talking about Clay Guida, but dude, if we were gonna name everybody that was there, we'd be here. I mean,
There was some,
fucking
I don't think we ever said Kamaru Usman yet, did we?
Trevor Whitman was there.
Yeah.
Drew Dober, Kamaru and his brother Mo were there. Rose Namajunas, Justin Gaethje.
It was nuts.
The Yellowstone actor that plays Rip, whatever that dude's name is.
Was he there?
Supposedly he was there in that.
I heard he was gonna go. I heard he was gonna go, but I didn't see him.
Dwayne Ludwig.
The whole night was nuts. It was too much to do.
Oh, and then also that guy showed up.
Conor McGregor.
So did I tell the story about the Mac Life guys to this audience that's watching right now?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So guys, you want to know what's really cool about this fucking crazy ride that me and Mike are on right now? So we've been getting to go to all these events, and thank God, like, thank you to the BKFC for giving us the opportunity to go to these things. It's fucking great.
Yeah,
so we're backstage. We're backstage and we're hanging out, and like the schmo's right there. And
he was a super nice guy, by the way.
The MMA Mania was right there. And then we're talking to this guy, and his name's Oscar from Mac
Oscar
Life.
Willis, I think.
Yeah. So we're talking to Oscar. Oh yeah, the Dotson bros were there. Jesus, yeah. Dude, so I'm talking to the Mac Life guy, Oscar, and I go, so being from Mac Life, I'm like, you guys, do you guys ever like communicate with Conor? Like, I expected him to say no. I'm like, do you guys, ever talk to Conor? Is he involved at all? And surprisingly, the guy goes, yeah, we talk to him every day. He's very involved. I was like, really? I wouldn't have expected that. He's just such a busy guy. I'm like, what is his, so let me ask you, what's his opinion on bare knuckle fighting? Is he into it? Is he into BKFC? And he took like a pause. He goes, I don't know, maybe you can ask him tonight. And this was at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, this was early.
And I'm like looking at him. I go, tonight? I go, he's going to be here tonight? And he goes, he's been absolutely obsessed with the Mendez Alvarez fight since they announced it.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed. And he's been saying, I'm going to be there for that fight since they booked it. And supposedly he's on his way. And I'm like, no fucking way. And he goes, but also Conor is very busy and he says he's going to do a lot of things and then he doesn't do it. So maybe he'll be here. Maybe he won't. But I was like, holy fuck, man. Just the thought of the possibility of him being there, I was just like blown away. I'm like, he's actually considering coming to a BKFC event.
Yeah.
Now, 2 hours
he did also say, like, he might not be here because he says a lot of things.
Right. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
So then, like, a couple hours goes by. And, and I actually, like, whispered it to Falcon 09 and Absent Minded like earlier that night. I was like, inside info, you might see Conor McGregor in here tonight. Keep that shit quiet. Don't post anything. And sure enough, they did. Like, he came out and I had completely forgot about that shit. And
yeah, me too.
It comes out and then he comes out. And the fucking place goes.
Yeah. He was standing next to the ring, next to the walkway, like when she came out, like
just ballistic. Like that's a loud place. Like we've said this before, Denver, the sound in that place is so incredible. As a fight fan, the energy in that arena is just off the fucking charts.
It was unreal.
But
unreal.
Conor's like a different entity, though. When he came out, people went fucking like nuts. Like they absolutely like lost their fucking minds, and it
turned everything up a few notches. Everybody was like, every single person. Just imagine that every
look at what Ben said
in that entire place.
If the volume was at 15 for the fights when he came out, it was 30. He's not joking. It went up.
Stayed at like a rumble from there on out. Just imagine every person in there pulled out their phone and took multiple pictures and video at that very moment. Like every single person had their phones out. Didn't matter. It was a moment in my life that I'll always remember because I've never experienced something like that. Like,
Connor's level of fame is so
Yeah.
high right now.
Yes.
He's on a different level. And he fought Floyd Mayweather, but he's on like that Mayweather thing where like those guys are
propane.
just they're on a different planet.
Yep.
And they do whatever the fuck they want, and like love them or hate them, people react to them, and it was crazy. And then he comes out there. Beck and Misfit have this fucking 2-round war.
Unbelievable fight. Oh my God.
2-round war.
I'm so mad that fight got stopped. It was so good. It was
They
so
both
good.
they both said they'll run it back though.
And
They should.
Connor was getting into that fight so much, and then Feldman's jumping up and they're fucking on the side of the ring, like throwing shadow punches and shit. And he's yelling. Like, I'm telling you, it was such a good fight. People were going nuts.
And then it stopped.
And
then it stopped because
it really did like go, oh no, it's over. What? Like,
Yeah,
it
that
was really
sucked.
getting people lifted.
Because the doctor stoppage almost like took the wind out of everybody's sails for a second there.
Or it did.
But
Like,
it
everyone was
did.
like,
But then Eddie and Chad come out.
yeah, the walkouts.
And then Eddie and Chad's walkouts were phenomenal. Chad coming out to the Aaron Lewis song for the last time. He's been doing that for years.
Mhm.
I remember my favorite UFC pay-per-view is UFC 187. I think it's 187 or 189. Whatever the one he fought Connor on, and Sinead O'Connor sang that
Yes.
Irish war song for Connor, and then
Yep.
Aaron Lewis played that country boy song for Chad.
And they were
never forget
standing
that.
above the walkway,
Yeah,
like where
they
the
were
entrance was.
playing
They
on
were up
stage
there.
with all the smoke and shit. He come out to that, and then they proceed to put on one of the fucking greatest fights you'll ever see. That shit was so back and forth. They were beating the shit out of each other. They both landed early knockdowns, and they both landed very late knockdowns.
And he got Connor down, and he was beating him up on the ground, and Connor was talking shit.
I'm talking about this fight Saturday night.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I'm talking about Eddie
I thought
and
you were
Chad.
talking about that fight.
No. And I said, and then you go to this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I
missed
said
that
this
part.
Saturday night, Eddie and Chad make their walkouts.
Yeah.
And then Eddie and Chad proceed to do this fucking fight.
Yeah.
That will go down in the books, man. And Eddie himself called it the Stephen Bonner Forrest Griffin fight for the BKFC. It's the one that puts them over.
Yeah.
And I think he might be right, dude. I think he might be right.
I hope so. It's really crazy.
Yeah,
This whole thing was nuts.
And then Mike Perry, and we can't end the night without fucking talking about Mike Perry. Mike Perry is pure fucking, I was gonna say gold, platinum, pure platinum. That fucking dude, the whole time, the press conference, the weigh-ins, the fight, the post-fight press conference, everything about that dude is fucking, now that he's like grown up a little bit, like he was a little bit of a wild card in the UFC, and he was getting in trouble outside. And remember, he went through that phase where he like kicked the glass door and cut his leg and fucking hit the old man at the bar, and like was getting in trouble for saying the N-word, even though he had the hood pass. All that shit, all that stuff, I think, is behind him now. And now that he's like married with children, he is comfortable with just being himself. Like, I don't know. I think he used to turn it up. Like, he used to try to, get a little fucking nuts.
I think he is a little nuts.
But I think he used to like crank it up to like really put it out there, trying to get himself to be somebody famous. I don't know if he was like chasing fame or whatever.
I just feel like that's the type of person he is.
No, I think he actually admitted that. I think he fucking said that once he realized that, he doesn't have to fucking please anybody. He can just be his absolute self.
Yeah.
And now you like put a microphone in front of him. He's just fucking perfect.
Funny.
Hilarious.
Always
like,
funny.
Viral every time. But he can also scrap in this sport, and the sport's kind of made for him, even though he has tiny hands. He talked about him too. Remember, he said he was like, "Yeah, he burned me with that Burger King joint," but where I can't. Yeah, but
burger.
But you know what? He went in there. He fought. We know that Luke Rockhold weighed 203.5.
0.5 when he got there. Yeah.
203.5 the night of the fight.
What
Eh.
the hell happened with his mouthpiece? What is going on? Did he not like get a good mouthpiece? I feel like with Luke, he's fought for this long and was a UFC champion, and he didn't get a good
Yeah.
mouthpiece. Like, I don't
I
understand
don't know what that was.
happened there.
Yeah, I don't know what
Isn't
that's
that weird?
about. Like what was he using? Was he using like a Walmart fucking mouth guard that you get from the sporting goods section?
I think
there?
so.
That can't be like was it one of those situations where like remember we've been to events before where like somebody lost their mouth guard and they had to find a gym somewhere around?
Yes.
Was it Arnold Adams?
Yes, I think
It was
so.
Arnold. Arnold
We
couldn't
looked
find.
because I feel like we
We
were
were trying to find like a real
like a
boxing
good one.
place
Yeah.
that sells good mouth guards, and he ended up using like a fucking one that you would buy
He
from.
won.
And he won. So you know, good.
And he didn't get his teeth knocked out. So that's good.
Right. So, but this one here, I don't know, but they said it was like a shitty mouth guard or something like that. But man, he was doing all right until he got the fucking hard right hand to the mouth that kind of like ended everything for him. I would have been curious to see how the rest, you know, another round or two would have went if Mike didn't break his teeth in his jaw.
Yeah.
Because I think his jaw is fractured as well.
Yeah, that fight was good while it lasted. It was good because Rockhold caught him with a couple of stiff ones. And he did the same. So I was like, oh shit, because you saw like Perry be coming forward and he'd get cracked by Luke and completely stop. You know what I mean? It would just freeze him up for a second. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good damn fight. And Perry's walking him down, cracked him with that good one. I didn't even what's crazy is when he paused and you know the fight actually stopped. I mean, I guess it surprised everybody. It surprised everyone because
it surprised the shit out of Mike. You saw Mike Perry's face. He was like this.
Yeah, like what?
Like what?
Yeah. But I mean, listen, you know, a lot of people were talking shit then, but then, and even after he put the video, a lot of people were talking shit. And it's like, well, I mean, the guy got his whole freaking mouth fucking punched in and big ass busted lip, and he knew he was done. So if he got punched one more time in that mouth, could have really messed him up. I don't know, but he was done, and I don't think he wants to do it again.
You know what I love? There's a lot of people out there that'll just trash him, but those people would never step in a ring if their fucking life depended on it. So
yeah.
That's the best part about it. I love the people that are quick to criticize fighters for something that they did inside a ring.
Yeah.
When they in a million years wouldn't step their feet inside that fucking ring themselves.
Yep.
So
never.
You know, those keyboard fucking warriors should just shut the fuck up. Straight up. Just shut the fuck up.
These guys are training to punch every day. They're punching things every single day so that they can punch as hard as they can when they hit you in the face. So
let me ask you this before we wrap this up. We have another big show tomorrow night. We had a pretty cool set of guests tomorrow night as well. We'll
have to try to give the tickets away again because we always got someone on here trying to win tickets that shouldn't be.
We gotta
stop that nonsense.
Okay, so I want to ask you this, Mike. What do you think happens with Mike Perry now? That was the last fight in his contract. He clearly loves this sport, and he clearly says that he was built for this sport, and he called himself the face of the sport.
Yeah.
With that said, and how successful this event was, David Feldman has to be bringing him back for a multi-fight contract. So what do you think? Let's just pretend that they've already decided they're going to bring him back for 3 more fights or whatever.
Yeah.
Who do you think he should fight next? Do you think it should be somebody outside of the roster right now, like maybe a Darren Till or Cowboy Cerrone, if they were going to go after somebody like those guys? Or should he fight Mondale for, like, who do you think?
Well, me as a bare knuckle fan, I want him to fight Mondale.
Okay. So do I.
I mean, that's easy for us to say. You know what I mean? Because we love BKFC. We love the fighters. We're into, you know, who's where in the ranking. You know what I mean? Like, we're into it. We're way in. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like they're going to use him for marquee events, and they're gonna go and they're gonna pull somebody like, like Cerrone, like you said, and they're gonna try to get someone like that to come
I think it
in
could be
and
Till.
headline a card. Or
It could
Till.
be. You know what? Connor Tierney put a post up yesterday,
Yeah.
and I got to tell you, man, I liked what he wrote. He said, Darren Till, Mike Perry, main event, Connor Tierney, Paul Daly, co-main, Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was
That's
like,
cool.
whoa, I actually like that one. I do like that one. I do, as a bare knuckle fan, I do want to see him fight Dave Mundell. They have a history together, and I think that would be awesome. But I also
Yes.
think that if they were going to try to put another card on in London and like blow that shit up, you could do that. You could start off by building your card with those two fights right there and work your way down. And yeah, I really liked that post that Connor Tierney put up there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. And bringing them back over to the UK.
Yeah. Somebody wrote Eddie Alvarez. I do like that. I thought that was a fight that they would have looked at. Russ put that. Extreme BK fans page put Eddie Alvarez, and that was when we had Mike Perry on this show. He said he would love to fight Nate Diaz or Eddie Alvarez. So Eddie and Mike Perry would be fun. Derek Gates is in the comments. He said McGregor as dude. Of course, if that was ever a fathomable possibility, but it's really not. As long as he has 2 more fights on his UFC contract, and he's probably not even going to fight 2 more times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fucking like I would love to see him fight, but it's gonna be. Let's just say when he does finally fight bare knuckle, it's gonna be years from now. Years.
Well, okay.
If he
Now
fought, you know,
I like
when-
this
if when-
conversation. I like this conversation because people are throwing some things out there right now. Big Ben says him and Masvidal in Miami. I don't know if Masvidal would ever fight for BKFC because he has game bred, but that one I like. I like that a lot.
Yeah, from the
Connor
streets back to
Conor
bare
McGregor.
knuckle.
I mean, dude, Conor McGregor and Mike Perry in a Wembley soccer stadium would be fucking unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yep.
Eddie, yeah.
Like,
But I think him and Eddie can meet at 175 and it would be a great fight. Listen, we just saw Mike Perry fight a guy that was 2 fucking weight divisions bigger than him. Weight classes really don't fucking matter in the sport all that much, unless you're, if you're not going to throw a 155er against a 205er. But this one,
if it's
this
a couple
one's
divisions and they meet, it's look at Perry won that one, and it's happened.
Yeah, man, unbelievable what Saturday night did for this sport and this company. And what's it? Hold up, what's this one? Connor and Perry in Madison Square Gardens. Yeah, well, they got to the casino in New York because it was on tribal grounds, but the New York Athletic Commission is fucking not gonna let that happen.
No.
And hey,
that place is massive too. I guess Conor McGregor could sell it out though.
Hey, before we go, big news announced today. You got a graphic for it?
I do have a graphic for it.
Because welcome to Atlanta where the players play. I would really get excited about a BKFC event in Atlanta, Georgia sometime soon because it's now legal in the state of Georgia. Doesn't have to be Atlanta, but that's the first one that pops in my head.
Yeah.
Isn't that Joe Elmore's stomping grounds?
That's right. And he said it today. He said he's going to win a title in Atlanta. That's what he said.
That's what he said. I love it, man.
More states. More fucking states, man. It's crazy. Soon we'll be talking where there's like only 2 more to knock off.
Yep. Joe Elmore will be on that card. Absolutely. He'll be fighting. He'll get himself him and I wonder how soon they're going to book one in Georgia. Because we got some cards already lined up in the foreseeable future. We got 3 or 4 of them coming up, and there's some guys like I would love to see the winner of Elvin Brito and Trinidad Snake fight Joe Elmore in Georgia.
I would.
You know what I mean? I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good ones that they could do, man. It's exciting times for the BKFC. Do we have a graphic for tomorrow night's show, or are we just going to tell them? So here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow night, we're going to give these tickets away to somebody who can actually go to the event.
Yes.
But we're going to talk to the one that set the internet on fire when she won her BKFC Thailand debut, and then she lost her second fight in a extremely tight decision loss, which I thought she won that fight personally, and I'm not.
You want me to
joking
put this
about
graphic up?
If you want. Ty Emery will start us off, and then we're going to talk to the second half of the BKFC 42 main event, Tyler Goodjohn, and then we're going to wrap up the show with the big man himself who put on a clinch game clinic with Josh Copeland. Josh Copeland may be the toughest man on this goddamn planet. I was looking at the stats of that fight, and now I'm questioning them.
They said they threw like each one of them total together, their combined punches with 30, I think.
What? 30?
Yeah, yes. Based on the count by the BKFC website, 30 total punches were thrown in that fight, and only 4 landed.
4 landed?
4 landed the whole fight. It was intense.
But Mike, this one, that's so funny because of what I said earlier. This one actually does.
We're in 7 seconds. 50 shots were thrown, and then 10 from the other guy, and 5 landed. Except he got knocked out like immediately. But he didn't throw any punch.
So, hey,
was he punching at the ground while he was falling?
If this is correct, which I do actually believe that these numbers might be very close to accurate, Ben Rothwell threw 265 and landed 191. And Josh Copeland threw 190 and landed 96. 270 plus fighters, 272 versus 286 pounds, and they threw 400 plus punches at each other in 3 rounds.
Nice.
That fight
that's a good one.
Was crazy.
And so
good on that corner for throwing the towel in, man. That was beautiful cornering for Copeland. So tune in tomorrow night. Ty Emery, Tyler Goodjohn, and Big Ben Rothwell will be on. Thank you to Tony Soto, Brandon Allen, and Dillon Winemiller for coming on tonight and talking with us. And if you guys have not seen BKFC 41, all the fights are now on the app available. Go back, watch them. Incredible card. If you're watching our show, I'm assuming you watched that event already, but if you haven't, go do it. And that's all I got until tomorrow night. What do you got for these people, Mikey?
I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm ready to go to sleep.
Gotta go to sleep. Peace.